So Aurora just had earnings, and you know what? I'm not too impressed. In this video, we're gonna be talking about Aurora earning and why I dislike the earnings. And you guys all know that I do have shares in Aurora. I have 15,000 shares in Aurora. So I wanted to buy a put option today at $8.50, but when I was looking at the earnings report, when I was looking at the option, like the volume for the option, I noticed that a lot of people had call options and there was very, very little that had put options. So I figured that I figured that Aurora stock would go up after earnings, but apparently it didn't. And my gut feeling did tell me that it went down. It was gonna go down, and I'm gonna be talking about in this video. My feeling is, maybe I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that people are gonna dislike what I have to say in this video. We'll see, but I'm always gonna tell the truth regardless of, I'm always gonna point out the bad and the good regardless of if I'm an investor or not. I have to be critical on these companies because it's a real investment, so it's a real business, and I'm always critical on all companies. I have positive things to say and I have negative things to say, and today is mostly negative. Yeah, so earnings came in at, and the stock dropped 10%. I have a feeling that tomorrow we could see a 20% drop. So that's my gut feeling. But management could change it around depending on what they say in the press conference, depending on what the questions are. That's what I think is gonna happen. But I could totally be wrong. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. But right now it's not looking too good. So net revenues came in at $98.64 million. Cannabis revenue came in at $94.6 million. So the other money, like the other stuff they do on the side, didn't really add up to too much. The net revenue came into projection, but the cannabis net revenue came in projection, but the real net revenue is below what they predicted, which is between $100 to $107 million. I think that is stupid. I thought it was going to be on the high end of the prediction or even beat that prediction, but they came in at lower than expected, which I don't like. I don't like this numbers. And then on top of that, there was the wholesale bulk cannabis revenue of $20 million. I also did not like that. Why? Because think about it. The wholesale bulk revenue was from RTI, Radion Technology Industry. The fact that they can't sell. The fact that next quarter is not going to be a huge difference from this quarter. This wholesale cannabis bulk revenue is going to be lower, so their total net revenue is going to be lower next quarter. It's not going to see quarter over quarter growth, which I'm very, very disappointed in, because Aurora was imposing that there's a lot of growth, but I just don't see the company growing, because this quarter ended on June, so that included April, May, and June. What happened in April? April had the Cannabis Ontario stores, the 2045 stores that opened up, so that increased the consumer revenue by 50. Well, that's a pretty impressive number, 52% on consumer cannabis net revenue. But what's the difference between April, May, June, and July, August, and September? I don't think the consumer cannabis net revenue is gonna change a whole bunch for next quarter. I think it's gonna be relatively the same, around $45 million of net revenue. Maybe it might be slightly higher, maybe like 3 or 4 million, but I don't see a huge difference in the consumer revenue. And then the wholesale cannabis net revenue, that's going to completely disappear. So that's $20 million knock off on the net revenue. The medical is going to slightly increase, maybe another $2 million for that quarter. And, and the European, I think the European sales are not going to be affected too much. So that's my opinion. I think the earnings for Q1 of 2020 is going to be disappointing. But their cash to cost produced per gram is going to be relatively the same. Actually, I think it might even increase next quarter. This is a very positive that the cost per gram has been reduced quite a bit, from $1.42 to $1.14. That is very, very good. I'm hoping to see next quarter closer to $1. That's my hope. I don't know if they'll achieve that. I think they will achieve that, but I don't know if they will. For sure, there's no for sure in anything. The active registered patient did increase, which is a nice thing. But next quarter, I'm concerned about the consumer cannabis net sale. I think that's gonna decrease another like 30 or 40 cents. The medical is probably going to be relatively the same, and the bulk cannabis is going to completely disappear. The cannabis produce will be probably increased next quarter, but the kilograms sold, I think, is going to decrease a little bit for next quarter. That's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. The fact that they didn't provide guidance and they already seen 2 months and 1 week of the next quarter, so they should know what guidance is, but they didn't provide any guidance for next quarter. I think when the next earnings report comes, it's very hard to see from right now. It's hard for me to see the Canadian stocks rallying in the fall time. There's no major catalyst. The State Act is for the United States, not for Canada. I think Canopy might rally because Acreage Holdings will be able to borrow a bunch of money from the bank, and that will help Canopy rally. But for Aurora, unless BAM and Australia's been able to access that debt market to grow their asset, it's very hard for me to see Aurora, rally next quarter. And next quarter is going to be big too. I mean, the next earnings report, I don't think there's going to be that much growth from their current earnings report. That's my opinion only. So we'll see what happens. But and then the like I said, I predicted the working capital has reduced quite dramatically to $227 million. So that's why they really need to raise money, because their working capital has gone down quite dramatically. That's why they sold their T-God stock and raised more money through BMO. Through BMO. That's like I predicted. So we'll see. Maybe Aurora has some kind of. But right now, for the moment, I see Aurora tanking. For the Canadian side, I think Aurora is going to break this 52-week low, and they're going to go below 7 Canadian dollars. That's my opinion. I think the earning report is going to crack this $7.38, and we're going to see, below $7. We could see even in the low $6. That's my opinion. We'll see if that actually happens. This is going to be painful for people who are shareholders. But the State Act could change things around for Aurora. I don't know at the end of the day. But I know U.S. companies will definitely benefit from the State Act passing. Canopy Growth, as we can see, Canopy is down 3.65%, $1 after hour trading, because Aurora pulled down the market. Cron got affected too. Cron is down 27 cents, I think. No, 24 cents. Afria down additional 4% after hours, or 3.91%. So I think tomorrow everything is going to be going down. Tilray is down 2.31% after hours. Because moving on. So there was something interesting today. Trump says bonehead at Fed should cut interest rate to 0 or even set negative rates. He tweeted, this is what he tweeted: the Federal Reserve should get the interest rate down to 0 or less, and we should start to reference our debt. Interest costs should be brought way down, while at the same time substantial length of terms. We have a great currency power and balance sheet. Trump just cares about, I honestly don't think that's a good idea to bring interest rates down to 0 or even negative. That's my opinion. It just creates a bigger debt bubble, because then that'll just allow people to go out and start borrowing money. That's my opinion. So negative 0 interest rate. That would be interesting if that actually happens. Trump is going to try to pump the market no matter what. That's his job. No, that's not his job. That's what he wants. He wants the market to go, all-time high and skyrocket and just look awesome and great. Today the market was up pretty decently. Oil was bounced back to 37 cents. I think oil is going to be volatile for a little bit. It's probably going to trade between $55 to $58. I don't think it's going to go to 60 anytime soon. That's my opinion. And then Trump decides to, pump the market more. Just recently, they came out with, tariff hikes by 2 weeks in goodwill gesture to China. I don't think it's really goodwill, but that's just my opinion. I think Trump just cares about pumping up the market. So he thought this press release would be a good way to pump up the stock market. That's my opinion, but he's trying to use a goodwill gesture to make him sound like he's doing a good deed for China. I don't think he cares too much. I think it's just a tactic for him to move the stock market up. But that, again, is only my opinion and pure speculation on my part. So, don't trust me. And after hours, after that tweet, everything is up by 0.5%. So, it worked. The stock market is up. Chesapeake Energy had a little pullback today. I don't know what to think of it moving forward. I'm hoping it tanks because I have put options on it, and I would love to buy some more if it goes back to around $1.50. I don't know if it will. We'll see what happens. Aurora Energy Incorporation bounced today 4 cents. Apple is making brand new all-time high. I heard on Greg Manorino channel, it says that Trump tweeted about something about supporting Apple, and then as soon as that happened, Apple just started rallying like crazy. I don't know if that's true. I never really followed Trump that closely. Amazon is up after hours. $6.41. Well, actually $19.01. That's pretty big. Tesla is trading sideways. Is it up or down? It's up $1.30 after hours. I'm shocked. I thought that Tesla would pull back. I'm still kind of bearish on Tesla. I think that Tesla earnings could drop the stock because usually Elon Musk would be coming out with positive tweet. Oh, we're hitting brand new records, but this time they didn't. I think that sales are gonna be slightly under for earnings report, and since they cut back costs, I think moving forward, I think next quarter is going to be a loss. We'll see what happens. Maybe the Tesla insurance is working, and there's a lot of positive news on China that China really loves Tesla, so who knows. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that Tesla stock tanks after earnings, so I can pick up some for cheap. That's just my hope. I don't know, but right now Aurora looks pretty big discount. I think Aurora is going to drop to around $4.30 US, but that's just my opinion. Shopify today had a bounce back. I'm hoping that I don't know what the best time to buy a put option is, but I think Shopify is downtrending right now, so I'm hoping to buy another put option soon. I don't know when I should though. Liberal Health Science, they pulled back 4 cents. That kind of sucks for me. I should have took some profit when it was up and nice and green for me. Well, that's my loss, I guess. I already talked about Afria. Aurora, already talked about it. Roku up $3.04. Hoping to put another place to put options somewhere on Roku eventually. That's because I think Roku is starting to downtrend right now, but again, that's my opinion only. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.